Hey everybody, I'm so excited you wanted to be part of this wonderful guide of how to create a simple, easy resume that will take you from career to career. Or if you're like I used to be and work multiple jobs, you want to just have that one resume that you can use across everything. And I have designed it. It took me a long time, but it was so easy once I got it done. So let's dive in, okay? So the first thing you want to be able to do is use these simple steps. Okay. Basically, what you want to do is use steps. I'm not going to read everything to you because you can print it out and read it to yourself. But what you want to do is you want to go in and be able to use simple steps that are going to give you the best possible results for when you use your resume. The thing about resumes is that when you upload it to a employer, what they do is they don't even look at it yet. It goes through a whole computer system. It looks for all these keywords first, what kind of experience you had. It has all these algorithms, just like Facebook and Instagram. So if you don't have all that stuff in there, it gets trashed immediately. So what you want to do is remember to make it as simple and seamless as possible for you. Let me blow this up a little bit. No, yeah, it's too much. See if that helps. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start at the very top. You want to keep it very high level, simple, basic. Your first, last name, city, state, and zip code, your email address, and your phone number. This is really important to keep it on the left side because that's where most resumes will download and the computer system will pick it apart. Okay. Next, what you want to do is have all your experiences right here. These are the experiences that are going to be that you have multiple years, 5 or more. This one's it's 4 years, but it's really 4.5, but whatever. You want to have as much years showing as possible. Instruction trainer, 10 plus years. CPR, first aid instructor, 10 plus years. With this one, I put it all together. Project manager, security trainer, and supervisor of Microsoft Office. It's just right there. It's easy to use. So now what you're going to do is once you have this part all laid out, what you're going to do is you're going to go into an Excel spreadsheet. And what you're going to do in there is you're going to lay out in the first column all the different jobs that you do, everything that you do that is within your scope of your daily job or your knowledge that you already have. What you want to do is you want to put it all in there. And then after you have everything, absolutely everything that you can think of in there, scheduling, networking, if you're a single mom and coming back into the workforce or a parent coming back into the workforce, what you want to do is use the word logistics. You took those kids to school, to dance, to sports, to wherever they needed to go, and you had it down to a science. That would be logistics, okay? If you were good at scheduling all these different appointments and where to go and how to do this, that, and that thing, you're a schedule setter. So these are the things that you want to think about when you're putting it all together. Next, what you want to do is you want to go in and put them in alphabetical order, okay? So then that way, column A is you just put it in. Column B, you want to sort by AZ ascending. So then that way it's in alphabetical order, okay? Once you add this to your resume, you will need to put it into columns so it flows easily to read and see how it is organized, okay? This will show that you are organized. So once you go into this is made specifically for Microsoft Documents. I don't know anything about Mac, so I don't know. You'd have to Google that. Google is like the newest encyclopedia in the world. But anyway, what you want to do is you want to load them in, okay? In the Word doc, you want to go to Layouts, top of the page, columns, and then choose either 2 or 3 columns depending on how many items you had to fill in. Now, the reason why you want to do this is look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now, everything is organized. It's in alphabetical order. Each first word, first letter is capitalized, so then that way you don't have to worry about anything. this shows 2 columns and this shows 3 columns. By doing it that way, the person that's interviewing you, when they do print this out, sometimes it will come up like this. Sometimes it just comes out as a whole string, like I showed you already in right here. Sometimes it will come out just like that. But then that way, either way, it's still organized and it shows all the things that you are really, really great at. Next, you want to work on the body. Just a little aside, I developed this by a resume book years ago at an employment office. I actually showed it to one of the employer recruiter managers, and he was like, "This is stupid. This looks dumb." I got the book off the shelf. I brought it to him and I showed it to him. And yeah, crickets. Heard nothing. Because he couldn't say anything. Because I was right. As per usual. What can I say? I got this down to a science. So this has helped me work multiple jobs when I needed to support my family, between work and security, being an EMT admin, having my own salon for weddings. It just works if you one of those people that have to have a second job, or that you need to be able to, you're a contractor, or you always go into non-permanent jobs. I can't think of the word. But you're always changing. You go in and you work contracts for like 6 months to a year or whatever. This is a great way to have all that stuff highlighted right up here, especially when you're learning a new skill and you've did it for at least 6 months. You can know the basics, which is pretty cool. So this is one of mine. Security officer, Gillette Stadium. So that was where I worked. But the building that I was in charge of was urgent care. The company that paid me was Team Ops, or that was the security team, and City State in the years that I worked. Provided security for all staff, patients, contractors, visitors to urgent care, which is on site at Gillette Stadium, monitored computer systems, FACP, fire alarm control panel, 14 monitors, CCTV, freezer for cadaver parts. We actually had to write down freezer temperatures to make sure they were always within a couple of degrees of being perfect. Also provided security for visitors and patrons during Gillette Stadium events at the on-site hotel. So any high rollers that came in, we provided one-on-one security, or just basically made sure that they were safe within the area so nobody would bother them. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. I think security is a great side gig. You should definitely look into it. If you don't have a license in your state, most security companies will help you get that because it's worth it for them to do that. So like I said, this was going to go quick because a lot of it you can read, and then this way you can download this. Here is the link below. I know it's a goofy looking link, but that was the only way I could cut it short from like being huge. So make sure you have the HTTPS and not the www, because this is the only way that it will work. Okay. So your resume should be 2 to 3 pages at the most. You want to have at least 10 to 15 years of work experience. Now, if you don't have that, that's not a big deal. If you are in school, whether it be high school, college, or secondary, you can always put down if you volunteer, if you help out, if you have a part-time job at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever. That's always good to put down. If you help anything, put it down. Just put down anything and everything. It shows that you are not sitting at home wasting your time in front of the computer screen, playing games or watching TV. It shows that you're out there, you're building your resume, you're building a work ethic, and it's so very, very important. Now, if you are in school, you'll also want to highlight the things that you've been doing in school, any special extracurricular activities, cheerleading, football, one of the sports, helping out at the newspaper, debate club, anything and everything that you can. Okay. Now, the education goes after all your experience. And the reason being is they really don't care where you went to school. They care that you have an education, you can speak, you can write, you can read, and you can talk to people. Basically, that's pretty much about it. That's why when you go into an interview and you already give them your resume, they give you a paper application. They want to see how you write. Can they read your writing? They want to see if you follow directions, how descriptive you are. So all these things are taken into consideration as soon as you send in your resume. The way you dress, the way you shake their hands, how you look. Do you have too much cologne or perfume on? Are you have the biggest bag? You want to be as professional as possible, even if you're on a Zoom meeting, okay? So then you can put in your references at the end. I would just put name and just check with that person if it's okay to put them on the resume. Just put their name, if they were a supervisor, manager, friend, how long you've known them. I wouldn't put their email or telephone number unless it's asked for. You don't want to put that out there unless you know you're definitely going forward with the job and they request that, okay? Don't get into craziness with your fonts on doing your resume. Times New Roman is perfect. It's very basic. It's simple. When you get into all these craziness and icons and emojis and stuff like that, it gets thrown out because it's going to read it as an error, and that something's wrong, and they don't want to deal with that. They want to be perfect, concise, and to the point, and then be done with it. Now, when I was first starting out in the working era, we had to have headshot, different color paper. It had different weights, different fonts. You had to scroll for your name, and it was nuts. It would take days and weeks because we didn't have computers back then. So you had to go and have it typed up and the whole bit. It was just like, not that we didn't have computers, but we don't have them the way they function right now. It was totally different. It was horrible and very expensive. So a couple of key points is don't panic if you don't hear from anybody. It could be that they have so many in their pile that they just can't go through them all, which is okay. If you were top of the pile, you'll get heard back from. I've sent out resumes and heard back 6 months later, just because sometimes they do a collection. They want to see what's out there, cut and then rehire and stuff like that. So just be patient about it. If you do have a contact name, you might want to reach out to them and be like, hey, I was just calling to see how it's going. Did you receive my resume? Do you have any questions? Is there anything else I need to provide? Keep it high level, above board, very professional, and see what they have to say. A lot of times when you apply online to these companies, you can go online and check your resume, whether it's still active or not with them. Okay. They won't usually tell you anything. It's a game that they like to play. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Yes, you're in the running, or no, you didn't make it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Then that way you can move on and, go on with it. All right. Now, if you don't want to take these steps and do it yourself, you don't have to. That's perfectly fine. I am more than willing to help you out. It will be $199. We will have to sit through a consultation, which we can do on Zoom. It would be 30 minutes to 45 minutes where I will interview you about what it is that you need, what you're looking for, what kind of job you're heading for, and what kind of research have you done for these jobs where you want to go. And basically, I will just be rewriting it like I showed you already. And that includes a couple of rewrites for in the future to keep you all set. But I will be showing you how to do it all. It's very simple to get done. All right, so that is it in a nutshell. You can follow the link below here and you can get the whole printout for yourself. And then that way you don't even have to worry about it. But if you do want me to help you out, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I'm so excited I could help you. And if you have any questions, send them my way. And let me give you that email address. Let me change it here. Yeah, give me 1 second. That's not working out not too good. Okay, Sheila at Sheila Money Doctor.com if you have any questions, okay? And what you can do is you can use this and you can use that. Either way, you can reach out to me. So then that way, if you have any questions or if you have any students that you'd like me to come in and give a brief overview and do a handout and go over their resumes with them, I'd be more than happy to. You can reach out to me and we can talk. Thank you and have a great day. Talk to you soon.